So the MLB 2025 season. So the MLB 2025 season has officially begun. And for the Mets, when compared to how we started off last year in the first six games, losing five of our first six in a row, I might want to point out, going 3-3 through the first six is a step up at a first glance. But we do have some problems. I'm not going to knock Lindor for his slow start. I mean, that's kind for his Reggie Gigas levels of slow start. That's kind of expected with him at this point. But there are some cracks. For example, Mark Pianto's reverting back to how he was when he got here in 23 instead of the quality player he was last year. Here, both offensively and defensively, making two key errors and screw ups that would have cost the Mets the game last yesterday against Miami. But the Mets are able to get at they're taking two out of three by the skin of their teeth. And they're lucky today's an off day. It's a travel day to get back to New York to prep for what I'm not even sure if they even get all three in against Toronto. Given the amount of rain coming this way, that way. But no, my main problem, once again, revolves around Carlos Mendoza and his bad habit of gambling with the pitchers. What possessed him to make Clay Holmes a starter? A man who has been a long time renowned screw up of a bullpen arm. There is no logic to making him a starter to me, let alone your day one starter. That should have been Kodai Senga, not him. Him against Houston. If anything, Holmes should have been should be the 5-hole starter, not Kodai. And on the other hand, Danny Young. He's basically the lone chink in the one of the lone chinks in the armor when it comes to the pen for the Mets. And he's given up 4 of the 6 runs the pen is allowed. Or half, was it 3 out of the 5? I don't remember. But either way, why does Mendoza keep relying on a guy who can't handle pressure, if you ask me? I'm going to be blunt. Once Mania, or even both get back and come back, that rotation's going to need to change, and Holm needs to be hooked back into the bullpen where he belongs. Canning, on the other hand, maybe make him a starter 6 at best. At worst, he also goes back to the pen. But that said, Mendoza, I'm begging you, enough is enough with your habit of pitcher gambling. I called you out on this time and time again last year, and right off the bat, you've got me holding the barrel of the gun under your head this year. Sure, the record may not reflect it, but the point still applies. It may not reflect true. A 3-3 record may not reflect justification for this, but the basic principle still applies. Especially when you've got some Murderer Rose matchups coming up in May. I mean, you got 6 with the Jays and Marlins coming up over the next few days. Then you go to Sacramento to play the A's, then Minnesota. Then it's 3 with St. Louis, 3 with Philly, 4 with Washington, 3 with Arizona. But then May is where the gauntlet begins, but more so towards the end of the month. I mean, late, middle, early end of the month. I mean, for those wondering who the Mets get in May, they finish up a 3 game that began at the end of this month with Arizona. Then they go to St. Louis, back to then to Arizona, 3 game series Mother Day weekend with Chicago at home. Then they get Pittsburgh, Subway Series with the Yankees, then off to Fenway, and then the death shot against the Dodgers, a team they almost never beat. They've seldom beat at City over the last decade or so. Then a home series with Chicago with the Sox, then one with Colorado, then the West Coast trap with the Dodgers, the Rockies, then 3 with Washington and Tampa. Then then they go to Truist, then the CBP. Then they host Atlanta for 4, then go to Pittsburgh for 3. Then Milwaukee for 3 and the Yankees for 3. And that game's on FS1 and not anything else. Then off to Baltimore and Kansas City. Then the All Star break. Then they get Cincinnati. And then they get the Angels. And then the true West Coast death trap. And for those wondering, the Dodgers aren't really much a death trap when the Mets play them at home. I mean, on the road, as at best they take a 2 or 3 out of 4 from them. At worst, they split. I mean, they earn a split. It's San Francisco that tends to be their kryptonite when they're in the West in California in the last handful of years. Then San Diego, then they play San Francisco again at home in Cleveland, then a nightmare series in Milwaukee. Then they get home with Atlanta and Seattle, though the Sunday nighter is going to be in Williamsport or Lilly Classic. Then Philly for 3, Miami for 4, then 3 in Detroit, including Labor Day. 3 in Cincy, 4 in Philly, including Patriot Night. Then Texas, then my birthday day in San Diego, then Washington, and they wrap it up with 6 in a row, 3 in Chicago, and 3 in Miami. My point is, Mendoza, you need those 2 pitchers back ASAP, as well as Alvarez. Granted, Torrens has been hitting and catching quite well as picking off base runners. Alvarez is going to have to rely on his power bat to get back in the main lineup when he fully recovers from the hand injury. I don't understand why a 3 o'clock start against Toronto tomorrow, but Toronto's looking good right off out the chute, winning 5 of their first 7. So we need to be careful with this one, especially since they've won 4 in a row after losing 2 of their first 3. But that said, I got nothing else to say other than Mendoza, stop with the fucking pitcher gambling. You can't expect the offense to bail you out every damn time. Comment, like, and subscribe. I'm Mets212 signing out. Goodbye. Good fucking night. Bang.